Wargreymon. If you're a Digimon fan, I'm sure you've heard that name before. He's the Mega Digivolution of Agumon, and without a doubt is one of the most iconic Digimon in the world. But just how strong is Wargreymon? In this video, I'm going to be giving an in-depth breakdown of how strong Wargreymon and Digimon similar to him are. We've got a lot to talk about, so let's just dive right into it. One thing to keep in mind, I will be mentioning a lot of groups of Digimon in this scale. The 4 Holy Beasts, the 4 Great Dragons, the Royal Knights, and the 7 Great Demon Lords, for example. All of these groups are seen as relative to one another within the group, unless there's a clear pronounced leader in the group. For example, Lucimon for the Demon Lord. Digimon scaling is extremely weird. There's a multitude of continuities, stories, and games, many of which have not been translated officially into English. Most of these all connect in one way or another. There are a variety of different Wargreymon forms as well, and in this video we'll be primarily focused on the Adventure series Wargreymon, but we'll be using connected continuities to help us scale. Let's start off the scale by establishing a base for Wargreymon's feats. He's had many fights in the series with a bunch of different Mega level Digimon, the biggest ones being Venom Myotismon, Metal Seedramon, and Megidramon. The two we're going to be focusing on the most are going to be Metal Seedramon and Megidramon. These two Digimon are 2 of the 4 Dark Masters. The Dark Masters, for those who are unaware, are 4 extremely powerful Mega level Digimon, with Megidramon being stated to be one of the strongest Digimon due to its core providing an infinite supply of energy. These 4 Dark Masters were able to seal away the 4 Holy Beasts of the digital world, also known as the Digimon Sovereigns. These Digimon Sovereign are the ones that hold together the space-time of the digital world. If one of them falls or becomes weakened, it starts to fall apart, so with all 4 of them sealed, the Dark Masters have free reign to do whatever they want. The Dark Masters use this opportunity to create Spiral Mountain, which is the entirety of the digital world's data, Digimon and all, reshaped into a massive mountain of data that each of these Digimon hold the balance of in their hands, similar to the Sovereign. This means that the 4 Dark Masters were able to destroy a majority of the digital world, Digimon and all, and reshape it with their own power. This same digital world has Digimon like Digitamamon in it. Digitamamon has a multitude of celestial bodies and star systems just inside its own body alone. And that's not including the created pocket dimensions that we know exist in the digital world, such as the one that Mega Kabuterimon blows up in Digimon Adventure. Seeing as Wargreymon was able to one-shot 2 of these 4 Dark Masters that were putting a fight up against the Holy Beasts, it would easily put Wargreymon at a Uni Plus scale, if not higher. But it does go so much higher. We know that the Dark Masters didn't just seal away the Holy Beasts. It's a bit more nuanced than that. In Digimon Adventure Tri, we see the true extent of their first battle with the 4 Holy Beasts. When the 4 Holy Beasts take their form, they still are unable to take out the 4 Dark Masters in a conventional way. They need to sacrifice another Mega level Digimon who's similar in strength to them to actually be able to seal them away. They were not able to defeat them or outright kill them. And keep in mind, these are the same Holy Beasts that hold together the space-time of the digital world and every incarnation of it. In the Digimon Light novel, it's even directly stated that they are at least equal to the Holy Beasts, considering that they were able to seal them away. Now let's go ahead and determine exactly how strong the 4 Holy Beast Digimon are. There's not a whole lot of scaling for these Digimon, but there's a good couple feats for 1 or 2 of them. The main one we're going to be focusing on is going to be Azulongmon. Azulongmon is one of the 4 Great Dragon Digimon. Those Great Dragon Digimon are Azulongmon, Godramon, Holydramon, and Megidramon. The one we're going to be focusing on the most is going to be Megidramon outside of Azulongmon. Seeing as they're all in the same group, they all should be relative, as there's not a determined leader in the group, as I stated earlier in my video. Now, what does this have to do with anything in Adventure? Megidramon doesn't show up in Adventure, and there's no way you can connect Megidramon to Adventure. Well, that's where you'd be wrong. You see, there's a character in Digimon Tamers. His name is Ryu. Ryu is connected to almost all of the Digimon continuities that span from Adventure to Tamers. You can see him in Tamers as one of the main characters through the end of the series, both through the light novel and through the anime, and you can see him in this picture here in Adventure 02, and that was confirmed to be Ryu. This is also backed up by the games and other light novels that also place him in all of these worlds. It was stated that he traveled to the Tamers verse through unspecified means after beating Zed Millenniummon in the Adventure universe. This is important because Ryo is our only link from Digimon Adventure to Digimon Tamers, and we need to use the Megidramon that appears in Digimon Tamers to properly scale Azulongmon. Since Ryo exists in both series and is the same character from both series, we can use him as a link to essentially create the scale so it is consistent. In Tamers, it's stated that Megidramon is threatening to destroy 3 entire realms. Those realms being the realm of the sovereign Digimon, the digital world itself, which was confirmed to be at least universal in its normal state by Konaka, the author of Tamers, as well as the normal human realm. On top of that destruction, you have to keep in mind that Digimon in the Tamers verse can also create mini-verses, many of which can have their own celestial beings and star systems in there. And there can be a countless number of these mini-verses, as Konaka puts it. These mini-verses can range in size, but it's safe to say a good portion of them are the size of a small universe. These mini-verses are all a part of the digital world. That means Megidramon was threatening to destroy them too. And seeing as Megidramon is one of the 4 great dragon Digimon, alongside Azulongmon, it would stand to reason that Azulongmon can put out the same type of energy. We can also back this statement up with a good bit of evidence. We see Gallantmon, who's the proper Mega Evolution for Guilmon, as well as a Royal Knight Digimon, fight against Beelzemon. This same Beelzemon was able to overpower Megidramon by absorbing another Digimon and pushing him away. This is the same Megidramon that was threatening to destroy these multiple universes. Gallantmon is not only going toe-to-toe with Beelzemon, but he's overpowering him. This would mean that Gallantmon is directly superior to Megidramon. This Gallantmon goes on to fight against one of the 4 sovereign Digimon, one of the 4 holy beasts. That holy beast being Zuqueomon. And as stated prior, Zuqueomon should be relative to Azulongmon, seeing as they both need to exist to hold up space-time in the digital world. Zuqueomon is able to push back Gallantmon strictly by himself, the same Gallantmon that should scale higher than the Megidramon that was threatening to destroy the universes. It's clearly portrayed in the Tamers anime as well that Gallantmon is not holding back in his fight with Zuqueomon. And with Azulongmon outright stopping the fight and pretty much being a judge for the fight as it's happening, we can very easily put Azulongmon on the same tier as Zuqueomon. This would also mean that both of these Digimon are on a higher tier than Megidramon, the same Megidramon threatening to destroy all the microverses and the entire universe. You might be thinking, what in the world does this have to do with Wargreymon? Well, seeing as Wargreymon has fought and defeated via Speed Blitz and one-shot 2 of the 4 Dark Masters, Megidramon and Mugendramon, who are both stated and directly shown equal to or stronger than the 4 Holy Beasts, including Azulongmon and Zuqueomon, it would mean Wargreymon would have to be relative or stronger than both of those Dark Masters. We even see Wargreymon able to cancel out one of Metalseedramon's attacks, and this is through pure strength alone with one of his attacks. So, to end it off, because Wargreymon scales directly to and defeated 2 of the Dark Masters, who are directly compared to the 4 Holy Beasts, and in most cases implied to be significantly stronger, Wargreymon would scale the complex multiversal. The Holy Beasts eclipse Megidramon in strength as implied through Tamers, and we see Megidramon put off enough energy simply by existing to destroy a countless number of universal realms. These same Holy Beasts hold together the fabric of time-space. This means that they scale above linear time, giving them immeasurable speed through sheer power rather than hacks. It's safe to say Wargreymon would need a similar speed to be able to speed blitz and one-shot the Dark Masters. This would put Wargreymon well over verses like the Big Three, Pokemon, and even Dragon Ball Super. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you really liked the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and leave a like. I worked really hard on this video, so I'd appreciate it if you shared it to your friends as well. If you want to see more content from me, you should check out my TikTok, @MustachePanda1.0. I post all the time, and you'll see a whole lot more content similar to this on that page. Thank you again, and have a great day.